guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and Thanos, the Mad Titan, has donned his Obsidian King armor, and he is now ready to reclaim the throne as the best supervillain in Marvel Future Fight. So let's get into all of the skill changes for the Mad Titan. He was always somewhere in the PvP spectrum, but really nowhere on the map for PvE. This uniform is really going to catapult him up in both areas, so you're really getting a lot of bang for your buck. And if you've never purchased a Thanos uniform before, I highly recommend you consider it. But keep in mind, just like with every other character, I would not purchase this uniform until you are ready and able to, i.e. you have all the materials to get him to tier 3, because at tier 2 Thanos probably isn't going to perform for you, but at tier 3 he gets a huge stat bump and he gets an amazing black hole tier 3 skill. So let's get into it. His first skill is very cool. He gets into the portals. He goes through some, time or space distortion here, and then he shoots out some lasers. Now notice that there's different patterns because I'm actually moving it with my V-pad. You can keep still. It doesn't really matter. It's still going to cause 3 beams to come out, but you can move it around to actually traverse the battlefield and get into an advantageous position or run away from a boss. So let's say you're fighting Null and he's about to do a big damage attack or whatever. You can just use this skill, very fast animation, to just dip out. Or if you're facing, let's say, Infinity Ultron. His second skill, pretty straightforward. It's just a slam down with a few slashes. Nothing to write home about. This is very similar to his old third skill where he would buff and then do a few slashes. However, his new third skill and his new fifth skill are absolutely gorgeous. So you remember how, about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years now, Beta Ray Bill summoned Thor and Odin into his awakening skill and everybody lost their minds. And you had, Star-Lord using Doctor Strange and his skills. And we were like, oh my God, this is amazing. Well, here we go. The culmination of this is Thanos literally standing by and summoning a member of the Black Order. How absolutely kingly and badass is that? He puts his sword down. He crosses his arms like a G. And yeah, either Ebony, Ebony, Supergiant, or Cull Obsidian will pop out. However, it seems like Supergiant and Ebony Maw have a 99% chance of appearing. Oh, I swear I did 30 attempts on the live stream yesterday, and Cull Obsidian popped up 1 time. So yes, he is there. He is technically there, but you're going to see Ebony and Proxima, or Ebony, I'm spoiling it here. You're going to see Ebony and Supergiant the most, but I love this ability. It's super cool, super unique, and the best part about it, you can cancel it right away. So keep that in mind. His new fourth skill is absolutely gorgeous as well, and it does a lot of damage. He's going to slash, he's going to throw his sword, he's going to beam you, and then punch you, and then he catches the sword again. How absolutely sick does this look? Right? I know. And then his new fifth skill, like his third skill, he's going to stand back while he points at you. And then he either summons Proxima. Oh, wait. He summons Proxima and Corvus. That's right. Yes. The power couple, Proxima and Corvus Glaive, come in and do this attack together, baby. Because couples that fight, that slay together, stay together. I almost messed that one up. So, here's the thing with Thanos. Both 5 and 3 are instantly cancelable, which is amazing. So a very easy, very proc-friendly rotation for Thanos is just 3, 5, 4. And as you can see, we have Supergiant, Proxima, Corvus, and then the big boy Thanos rocking it out. So yeah, that would be my suggestion for you. Oops, I forgot to press 3. So that would be my suggestion to you. 5, 3, 4. And then 5, and then you can sprinkle in the 2 and the 1 afterwards if you have time, just very quickly. And then you're going to want to do 5, 3, 4, 6. Ideally, ideally you would want to follow up with 6 after he throws the black hole. The thing with 6 is that you can actually cancel it midway through. So if you have it set up this way, if for whatever reason, let's say you already have your tier 3 charged up. Let me just give you guys a different rotation, okay? Let's just say, for whatever reason, let's say you got interrupted or whatever, Ultron did his optimization, whatever. So now you have this situation here where you have the tier 3. Then my suggestion would be start with the tier 3. As soon as he throws it, you can do 5, 4, 3. Or sorry, 5, 3, 4. And now you have all of these attacks hitting simultaneously. Because when he that was over 1,300 hits, bro. 1344 for Scarborough Stew, fam. So yeah, when he throws the orb, when he throws the black hole, there's actually not that many hits. And as soon as he throws it, you can cancel, and it'll still like expand and suck all the enemies in and then explode. So yeah, one more time, that would be the rotation if you already have the tier 3 built up. But as you'll see in the gameplay, normally I'm doing 5, 3, 4, 6 to get the 6 off. But otherwise, you do 6. And then as soon as he throws it, you can do these other skills. I'm having a bit of targeting issues, so I couldn't press 3 because the enemies were too far away. They were being sucked in by the orb. But yeah, so that's it for Thanos. I don't really need to go into too much detail on the actual skill effect because he retains all of his really good effects. And 1 and 2 don't really have anything that you're going to need to use for PvE. They're mostly for PvP, and that's where we're going to be featuring him first. But he has a frenzy buff on 3. He's got an invincibility, crazy invincibility, immunity, penetration skill on 4. And then he has this buff with damage decrease, ignore, and all defense down on 5. So really, really good stuff for Thanos. He's got insane passives now, like just bonkers passives. The only real criticism for Thanos this time around, besides the fact that he's missing the beard, is that it appears his Mad Titan passive, where it says activation rate when hit, applies to self 20% recovery of max HP. It seems that this heal does not trigger if Ultron is invincible. I don't know if that is a bug or if that is intended by the devs. Honestly, Thanos is so good in PvP that it kind of doesn't matter, but some players are going to be upset about this, and some players are going to think it's bugged because they're going to see Thanos getting hit but not actually taking damage because he's invincible, and then not healing. So just keep that in mind when he is hit. Yeah, every 2 seconds he heals 20%. And trust me, I don't know if the devs should fix that because then he might just be unkillable. So this is the build. We've got 5 and 6 star physical attack, HP, and dodge Uru. The stats are pretty much maxed out on the important ones: ignore, defense, cooldown, and dodge. And then pretty decent on the crit rate and the crit damage and the attack speed and the movement speed and the debuff duration decrease. And then we're going to be using his own leadership, which is very good for PvP now, with both Colossus and Hela. I'm showcasing him in PvP first because I think that's where a lot of people are going to gravitate towards, but we are going to jump into some PvE at the end, and we're using a web guard break 3-second obelisk, which is hilarious versus Spider-Man because I won't get, or actually I think I get webbed up anyway, so unfortunately that's kind of how it goes. But we're going to do some live matches here. We're going to try to squeeze in 5 live matches. I'm just going to try to take on some teams fully auto here so you guys can see what he can do. I think he's going to be very prevalent in PvP. PvP really is a combination of powerful characters and popular characters, because even though Spider-Man can be countered by Gilgamesh and Luke Cage and Wolverine, none of those characters, besides maybe Wolverine, is as popular as Spider-Man. So you still see Spider-Man teams in PvP despite the counter ability. And the reason for that just comes down to popularity. Oh, I died. Damn. Spider-Man got me, eh? He's got a CTP of destruction. Dang. Even with the Hela team, eh? Crazy. And my Hela's struggling too. Oh, she got him. Nice. Yay, I don't lose. I don't lose points in PvP today, or in this match. Cool. So yeah. But I think what I'm trying to say is Thanos is so popular that I think you're definitely going to start to see a lot of teams featuring Thanos, because not only is he very, very good, he's also very, very popular. So yeah, we'll talk about in a later video maybe how to counter him. I know Commander already has a video on that, but for now we're just going to focus on what he can do with just an obelisk, because you're probably going to want to give him a CTP considering how expensive he is, but it's really amazing to see what he can do in PvP with just an obelisk. Oof, taking a lot of damage from Doom. It was kind of weird, like, to be honest, it was kind of weird yesterday when I was testing him. He was basically unkillable for the first 5 matches, and then after that, he sort of just fell off. So I'm going to lose this one to Doom. A little bit surprising, but Doom does have the Colossus Ebony combo, and my Hela isn't doing anything. So yeah, maybe an obelisk is not going to cut it for your Thanos, but you know, it's not a bad start if you don't have anything else to give him at the moment. Okay, let's try this team here. He doesn't have any supports, but he does have a Thanos with about the same HP. What does he have? What does he have on the build? Oh, he's got a mighty regen. Okay, curious. Let's see what happens here. Ooh, the 4th skill just chunking him down. Gorgeous. Yeah, Thanos hits really hard. One of the things that counters Thanos, though, because he doesn't have a lot of iframes, reflect. So I was hoping to show you guys there, but he killed Emma a little bit too fast. But yeah, Emma Frost and Silver Surfer are actually legitimate contenders and possible contenders to counter the Mad Titan, because he doesn't have a lot of iframes. And you can see there, because of the 5 skill, like when he finishes the 5 skill and he's out of iframe is when Proxima and Corvus start attacking, and those attacks are considered part of Thanos' attack, so he will take reflect damage from that if he is not in another iframe skill. Ooh, that team looks pretty good too. Let's go ahead and try to find some other ones here. Ooh, what about this one here? This is a double support Sentry, and Butt Ripper is rocking a regular regen, I believe. No, this is a mighty regen. Okay, so let's see how Thanos does. This is a lot of buffs versus, like, I know I have Hela, but the White Fox is giving him 60%, 65% increased damage versus villains. It doesn't matter, he's dead. But yeah, double support Sentry stands no chance. I think you're really only going to look, you know, you're going to look a little bit fragile against some really stacked Dooms, some really stacked Spider-Mans, and then your Reflect Boys, your especially Emma Frost. Silver Surfer, not so much, but I think he can still... Ooh, but he's going to ignore all my buffs. Ooh, that's a good team. Okay, let's try this team here. This is Thanos featuring Adam Warlock featuring Sentry. So my Thanos is going to have to chew through the competition here. This first Thanos is just rocking a regular regen, so let's see. I think regen, by the way, is a great CTP for Thanos because of that 20% heal. You're going to want to raise his regeneration rate, or his recovery rate, so that the heal is bigger and bigger and bigger, right? So, because his native recovery rate is low, most characters are. Ooh, but he chops through Adam. Yeah, I don't think damage is Thanos' problem. And guard break immunity is also not his problem either. As you can tell, he very rarely gets interrupted, which is really, really nice. So you're really going to want to beef him up. He has a ton of damage reduction, so I'm not sure how good an Authority is going to be. An Authority does give you super guard break, but on the flip side, the regen just give you a huge chunk of HP, and then it also gives you the increased healing that's synergized with your existing healing. Ooh, I kind of want to try... Do we have any other teams? If we had like a team of Eternals, maybe? Let me try one more here. Man, he looks so cool in the preview. I kind of wish he would move around. But let's see how we do here against this one. I don't know. Ebony might be a better support now than Colossus, because it counters the Molecule Man team, and then it applies a bit of a better buff versus Universals, because now with Thanos and the... Oof, yeah, that's rough. With Thanos and the existing Doctor Doom, there's a lot of Universals now. PvP has variety, but now we're kind of going back in the other direction with lots of Universals. Hela's putting up a fight here. No, not so much. Okay, I don't know what happened there. She got feared or something. So yeah, a stronger Thanos takes me down. I think a lot of the problems stem from not having Ebony. The most you probably need is an Obelisk or a CTP of Energy if you want to go for a proc, if you're going to build him for PvE, but I don't think you need to bring in Ignore Dodge Strikers or need to use a leadership like Proxima's. First up, against one of his generals, Proxima, we're going to see how he does with no Strikers and with the Black Cat Proxima team up. Really good stuff there. So here... we actually weren't able to build up the tier 3 fast enough, but that's okay. Bro, he's so tanky. And there's that proc. There's that combo where you do 6, 5, 3, 4. We'll do this one more time, but this is pretty good. Yeah, it's really hard to miss a proc because there's so much delay on 5 and 3. Awesome. Okay, so he clips through that in 40 seconds. A bonus tip, if you're super quick with your fingers, you can actually do 2 cancel, 1 cancel, 3 cancel, 5 cancel, 4, and proc, because there's also a delay on 1. I'm going to try it here. There you have it, and that's the full rotation. That's all 5 skills getting popped off at the same time. And this is the one where we're popping them all off, but we're canceling 4 into 6. Very hot damage. And then we're following up the next rotation with the cutoff screen. So yeah, you can actually do 2 cancel, 1 cancel, 3 cancel, 5 cancel, 4. It's a very fast rotation. You got to be really quick with the old digits. But if you can get it to rock, you do get a ton of damage. And you also get a ton of hits. And the chain hit's really nice. That's why it's going to synergize super well with a CTP of energy for the chain hit damage. Okay, I don't know why the... Okay, he's dancing around, but we still got this. Kind of missed a proc here at the end. No worries. And he's gone in 54 seconds. Okay, not bad, but I got to show you guys a few variations on the rotation if you want to be sort of more conservative or more aggressive and charge up that tier 3 even faster. Now let's see how he does against the World Boss Legend. Check this out. We're just going to zip away. Oh, no! No! Oh! Oh, I'm leaving this clip in for sure. This is stage 14 of Null, and I really wanted to do a higher stage for Thanos showcase, but unfortunately, he cannot do it because the next highest stage is all the way up at 35, and that's just not really possible for the Titan at the moment with this build. Maybe with like a CTP, he can definitely do that, but I thought it would make more sense to showcase him doing a stage really well than struggling to complete a stage that is a lot harder. And I can show you here, even though we're off the proc, he has stun immunity on his 6 now, so he can dodge the cage from Null. So he's actually pumping out a lot of damage right now, really good. The only thing you need to watch out for when you're starting your rotation is the 5th skill. When the 5th skill is coming off cooldown, that's when you can start your rotation. If you start it early, you can kind of get locked out. So that was 4 minutes and 10 seconds. A little bit slow. I think I can do it in about 40 seconds instead of 50. But that's fine here because we can pop off our tier 3 with this rotation while Null is going into the air. And the really nice thing is Thanos' tier 3 is a super long iframe. Super duper long iframe. And if you guys don't remember, for Null, he does not move when you're doing iframe skills. So you can sit in your 3rd skill and he will just sit there sort of watching you do your thing. There we go. We get the full proc on 6. Everything rocking out. Nice. We didn't miss the proc. Rotating back in. Nice. I really thought we were going to have an issue there. You can pop off the 6 again here. Iframe ignore. Hey, and we skipped the dragon phase. Thanos was like, get out of here. Gorgeous. And now he's going to tank this because he has invincibility as well. Doesn't have invincibility quite fast enough. Oh, look at the damage. Look at the damage. Is he taking any damage? Pop the tier 3, and it's game time. It's a bit of a slow proc there. There you go. Boom. So this is actually huge for Thanos. I actually covered him before he got this uniform, maybe like 6 months ago, because I actually thought he was still pretty competent with the CTP of energy, and I actually want to try him out with one because I actually think they even made him better. So I really like this uniform. I think there are basically no flaws with it at all. So we're looking at like a top tier upgrade for one of the best and most popular characters in the game, one of the most expensive, but you are going to get a lot of bang for your buck. You're going to get a top 5 PvP presence who doesn't even need a reforged CTP to do a ton of work. And then if you want to, you can always rotate him over to PvE, and you have a solid character who basically cannot die, barely takes damage, and actually has a super easy and super fun rotation where you get to see the other members of the Black Order jump in and out, assisting you like you would see in like the movies. So I actually think this is one of the best uniforms they've ever done, period. Even though this is not from the comics specifically, from that Donny Cates run, it's sort of like an amalgamation of that and original designs. But I think this uniform is an absolute smash, and I would say, yeah, the only reason you should skip this uniform is if you don't have Thanos built at all. And for new and returning players, if you don't have Thanos built at all, just one last thing, if you go over to the character page, I believe there is a sale right now for a 1-star Thanos for 2.6 million gold. If you're a new player, this is not a good purchase because you just need to beat Thanos 10 times, and you may not even be at that level yet. So unlocking him is not really going to help you. But for returning players who can jump to World Boss Legend much faster, it actually is an option for you because then you can skip running Thanos to get his bios if you don't already have him unlocked. But for returning players who don't have him unlocked, it's a bit weird. But yeah, I just want to throw that out there as well as a final sort of idea, just in case you want to rush getting your Thanos as soon as possible if you've already done your world boss runs for the day, but this video inspired you. you can go ahead and purchase him for at least a couple more days. And 2.6 million gold is really not much in the grand scheme of things, and it saves you the 2 days of world boss if you don't need to run Thanos for the books or whatever other, items that he may drop. So yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of the Obsidian King. I'm very happy with him. I'm going to be running him through some more PvE action with the CTP, and then we're going to be transitioning him into a full PvP build to see how far he can really go. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.